All right, welcome back everybody for another deep dive. And this one, you guys picked up this one. It's a little different.
Yeah, definitely.
This is it's a hip hop remix contest centered all around the theme of money.
Money.
So yeah, we've got promotional materials and then the lyrics to the song that is the basis of the remix contest. Money, all deal with it.
It's pretty fascinating. We have all these aspiring artists
Yeah.
submitting their verses, trying to get on this official remix, and it seems like a really great opportunity, but it goes beyond just a competition, you know?
Right. It's definitely pushing like a very specific message.
Absolutely.
The promotional materials are all about abundance and success and manifesting wealth.
Yes.
And
Yes,
they're
manifestation.
using hashtags like,
Oh, yeah.
money vibes and abundance and manifest success.
Right. And for anyone who maybe isn't super familiar with that term manifestation, it's become really popular lately. It's this whole idea that you can use the power of positive thinking to attract what you want in life, especially things like wealth and success.
It's like they're trying to create a whole money vibes movement.
Yeah.
They're even encouraging people to reach out directly. They've got an email address, mastermindpromo@yahoo.com, and even a phone number, 910-554-4565.
Wow.
So, yeah, they're putting it all out there.
Very direct.
But let's get to the heart of it all, which is the song itself. And just a warning, the lyrics they're very focused on getting money, and they do not shy away from repetition.
Yeah, the repetition is really interesting to me. And it's catchy, but it's actually more than that. There are studies that have shown that repetition can really influence our beliefs. The more we hear something, the more likely we are to believe it's true.
So by repeating these lines about getting money over and over again, they're almost trying to program our minds for wealth,
Right.
tapping into that law of attraction concept.
Exactly. It's a really clever technique, and especially in hip-hop, where the beat and the rhythm can kind of amplify that effect.
I caught a few lines that really highlight this. I get to it, I get to it, I get money, count it up, and keep coming to me. Like, wow, talk about driving a point home.
For sure.
And then there's got some big head busters, so stay out the way. And if you waiting for me to fall off, bitch, hold your breath.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No punches pulled.
I'm not pulling any punches.
And we can't forget
Yeah.
this one, having whips, chips, trips, chicks doing big flips.
Yeah, and that line really points to like another interesting aspect here, which is this very materialistic vision of success. Like it's not just about financial security. It's about the flashy cars and the expensive jewelry and the luxurious all the trappings of wealth.
Right.
Like they're painting this picture of what the money vibes lifestyle looks like.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, though, like, what does this say about our culture? Is this just a harmless expression of ambition, or are we getting too caught up in the material side of things?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it?
It is a huge question.
And it's something that we see a lot in contemporary hip-hop, this focus on conspicuous consumption.
Yeah, it's almost like showing off your wealth has become a way to, like, prove your worth. But does that truly equate to success and happiness?
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, it is a complex issue, and I think this contest and song kind of offer an interesting way to look at it. It's on the one hand, you've got this raw ambition, this belief in the power of manifestation, and it's kind of inspiring in a way to see these artists going after their dreams, and the contest itself provides a platform for them to do so.
Yeah, you got that element of, the classic rags to riches narratives, something that's always resonated with people, especially in America, where the idea of upward mobility is so deeply ingrained.
Right, it's like the American Dream remix for the hip-hop generation.
Exactly.
But then there's the other side of it.
Yeah.
There's this very specific focus on material wealth as the ultimate marker of success.
And it's not even just about having money, it's about having the right things. The things that signal your status and success to the world, like those lyrics, whips, chips, trips, chicks doing big flips.
Yeah.
That's not about financial security. That's about showcasing a lavish lifestyle.
And that ties into a much larger trend that we see, not just in hip-hop, but across pop culture and even social media. It's this idea that you need to project an image of success, of having made it.
Yeah.
And that often involves displaying material wealth.
It's almost like a performance, right?
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder what's really driving it. Is it a genuine desire for these things, or is it more about seeking validation and status?
It's probably a bit of both,
Yeah.
to be honest, and it's hard to really separate those two things. But there's no denying that this kind of messaging could have a really powerful impact, especially on young people who are still forming their own ideas about, what success and happiness really look like.
Okay, so we've talked about the lyrics and the contest and this idea of money vibes, but I'm curious to get your take on the music itself. Like, we can't ignore the way the song is structured. The beat, the rhythm, all of that contributes to the overall message. When you said,
Oh, absolutely. The musical elements are so crucial here in hip hop. The beat is often like the foundation, and it can set a specific mood or tone. And in this case, you've got a driving, energetic beat that creates this sense of urgency, of forward momentum.
like, you got to get up and get that money.
Exactly. And then you layer on these repetitive lyrics, which act as a kind of mantra, reinforcing that message. And then the flow, the way the rapper delivers the lyrics, can also add to that feeling.
Now, for our listeners who may not be hip-hop experts, flow refers to the rhythmic delivery of the lyrics, the way they kind of ride the beat. It's like a verbal dance.
Well put. And in this song, the flow is very assertive, confident, almost demanding. It's like the rapper is declaring his right to wealth and success and daring anyone to get in his way.
It's interesting how all these elements, the lyrics, the beat, the flow, work together to create this very specific vibe, this money vibes atmosphere they're going for.
And that's what makes this song so effective.
Yeah.
I think it's not just about the words. It's about the whole package.
Yeah.
It's a sonic experience that's designed to tap into our desires and aspirations, even if we don't fully realize it.
It's like they're using music as a tool for manifestation, trying to make those money vibes contagious.
You've hit on something really insightful there. It's not just about the individual artist manifesting their own success. It's about creating this collective energy, a movement of people all striving for that same goal.
So if you're listening to this song and you're caught up in that beat and those lyrics are getting stuck in your head, maybe you start to believe it's possible for you to. Maybe you start to feel those money vibes yourself.
Exactly. It's like a form of sonic persuasion. And it raises some interesting questions about the power of music to influence our thoughts, our feelings, and even our actions.
It really does. And this contest, with its focus on attracting wealth and success, provides a fascinating case study. It's a microcosm of a much larger cultural phenomenon.
Right. It reflects our societal fascination with wealth and the pursuit of the good life.
Yeah.
But it also kind of shines a light on the anxieties and the pressures that come with that pursuit.
And it makes you wonder, is all this focus on material wealth really leading us towards happiness and fulfillment? Or is there something more to life than just getting to the money?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And I think it's one that each listener will have to grapple with for themselves. There's no easy answer.
Definitely. But maybe, just maybe, this deep dive has provided some food for thought. Maybe it's challenged us to think a little differently about our own relationship with money and what truly matters to us. It's funny, we started this deep dive looking at a hip-hop remix contest, and we've ended up having this pretty philosophical conversation about wealth and ambition and the meaning of success.
Yeah, it is. It's really interesting how these things can kind of connect. And, this particular contest with its money vibes theme, it really does tap into something that's both timeless and super relevant, to what's happening right now.
Absolutely. And as we wrap up, I keep coming back to this question. Does this whole focus on money as the main marker of success, is that something specific to our times, or is it a more universal theme, something that's always been present in music?
That is a fascinating question. If you think about it, the desire for wealth and prosperity, it's been a recurring theme in stories and songs for centuries, from ancient myths to folk ballads to modern pop hits. We've always been fascinated by this idea of abundance and achieving the good life.
You're so right. Even like classic fairy tales often revolve around characters, seeking fortune or escaping poverty. It's like this deep-seated human desire to improve our circumstances, to strive for something better.
Exactly. But what defines that better life, those markers of success, those can shift and evolve depending on the cultural context. And in our current era, with the rise of social media and this constant bombardment of images showcasing wealth and luxury, it seems like the emphasis on material possessions has become even more pronounced.
It's like we're all caught up in this game of keeping up appearances, proving our worth through what we own or what we can buy.
And that's where it gets tricky, because true happiness and fulfillment rarely come from material things alone. It's about finding that balance between pursuing our goals and, appreciating the things that really bring us joy and meaning, whether that's relationships or experiences or simply a sense of purpose.
So for you listening, here's a thought to chew on. What does success really mean to you? Is it about the money, the status symbols, or is it something deeper, something more personal?
And how do you navigate all those messages that you're bombarded with every day, whether it's through music or social media or advertising? It's about being mindful of those influences and making conscious choices about what truly matters to you.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive. I mean, who would have thought we'd uncover so much just by examining a hip-hop remix contest, you know? It just goes to show that you can find fascinating insights in the most unexpected places.
It really is a testament to the power of curiosity and critical thinking. And remember, knowledge is most valuable when you can really understand it and apply it to your own life.
Yeah.
So take what you've learned from this deep dive and see how it resonates with your own experiences and your own perspectives.
And we always say there's more to learn, and getting those different viewpoints only makes that learning richer. And speaking of learning more, we encourage you to check out the Money All Day Witit song for yourself, see what vibes you pick up on, and maybe even explore some other music from different genres and see how they reflect different attitudes towards wealth and success. You might be surprised by what you discover.
And remember, it's not just about passively consuming these messages, it's about engaging with them, questioning them, and forming your own conclusions.
Until next time, keep diving deep and stay curious.